Okay, everyone, welcome back to your online class. And in the first section, you will study about the price of pleasures. Regarding to this unit 8, you have learned yesterday about some the idea that they just compare between the qualities and their prices. It depends on the consumer from the customer and their company behavior to the product in order to produce it effectively. And in our lesson, they will testify and from the expert. They do the survey from the people, to observe that how is the wine price uh, and the qualities how much or not. If they know about the price and how the wine tastes, and if they don't know and how the result of their testing. So before moving that, teacher would like you to review some lesson that you have learned. You have learned yesterday about the consumer. Should use a product price to determine if product is affordable. Okay. However, consumer appear to use a product price as a measure of product qualities. This is some the idea they have raised like that. When they consider about the high price product, okay, they would think that product have a very good quality, right? If the product has no good quality, how can the price high or price is expensive? Okay, so teacher also gives you the brand name. You go Gucci. Okay, the brand name that value company about $12.4 billion, and you probably know about the brand Thai. Okay, yep. Anyway, you have learned the vocabulary so far, like the word material, like influence, like pleasantness, like confirm, and expectation, right? So material means the physical able to be seen or touched. Example like phone. This is a materials. Like computer. This is a materials. Okay. And influence having an effect on something. This is a teacher could you another example of the word influence. Example like your brother. Example your brother doesn't like to read the book, and you love to read it. But day by day when you read near him, he he may get some influence, to read the book like you. If you are like the oldest one in the family and you are the role model, you can influence your uh, sibling, can be like brothers or your sister. Like that. Pleasantness means nicest. Okay, like confirm to show something is true, and expectation you mean something you think will happen. Okay. So now teacher would like you to turn the book on page 36. Okay, page 36, and you will learn about the practice here. Okay, so first of all, you have to listen carefully to the tracks uh, 22. Then you fill in the gap. We have the word like label, okay, like reported, like tested, like increase and identify. So we have here question like can price influence pleasure we experience? So okay, first of all, they talk about the experiment. So how they conduct this experiment. This is the report from the expertise. They just want to certify how can people justify the qualities of the product. And next, you will know about the result of this experiment and what the result from the testing. And the last one, like implication for economists and marketers. So after you hear from this listening, you have to complete, okay, the word at the right side to the gap here. So are you ready to start your listening, everyone? Please start.
Unit 8. The Price of Pleasure. The Price of Pleasure. This is the VOA Special English Economics Report. Usually, we think about material qualities when we think about the pleasure we will get from a product. When something costs a lot, we might think about all the fine work that went into it. But can price alone influence the pleasure we experience? Researchers from the California Institute of Technology and the Stanford Graduate School of Business say yes. Hilke Plasman, John O'Doherty, and Antonio Rangel at Caltech and Bubba Shiv at Stanford did a study. They had 20 people taste different wines. Wine was chosen because it comes in many different qualities and prices, and because a lot of people enjoy tasting it. The people were told they were tasting 5 different Cabernet Sauvignons. The wines were identified only by price: 5, 10, 35, 45, and $90. But in truth, there were only 3 different wines, and 2 of them were presented twice, at a high price and a low price. For example, the wine that in fact cost $90 a bottle was presented half the time as a $10 wine. There were 2 important results from the study. First, the individuals on average reported greater pleasure from drinking wine that they were told was higher in price. Brain images taken while the people tasted the wine supported this finding. Activity, represented by blood oxygen levels, increased in an area of the brain thought to process experienced pleasantness. Experiments have shown that the medial orbitofrontal cortex processes the experience of enjoyment from smells, taste, and music. The new findings will add to the limited knowledge of how marketing affects brain activity. The second result has meaning for economists and marketers. The experiment appears to confirm that raising the price can increase how much a product is enjoyed. In other words, when it comes to expectations, it seems you really do get what you pay for. The study is in the proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. And that's the VOA Special English Economics Report, written by Mario Ritter. Transcripts, MP3s, and podcasts of our reports are at voaspecialenglish.com.
Okay, so everyone, after you hear from this listening, so now can you try to complete the gap together, everyone? So about the point experiment, 20 people, different wine. So we have the level, reported, tested, increase, and identify. So what is your answer, everyone? So the answer is tested. So 20 people tested a different wine. Okay, so the wine was by 5 prices. So reported, label, increase or identify, everyone. Okay, so the answer is the wine was identified by 5 prices. So what do you hear from the experiment here, everyone? You know that they brought $90 wine, okay, and they put the price on the actually, the price is 90, but when they start, tested the wine, they put the wine price only $10, and they want to know that how can the 20 people justify this wine if the cost only it costs only $10 but actual 90, and the result was unexpected. Okay, and what about number 3, everyone? The result individuals greater pleasure for drinking. So number 3, Yep, reported greater pleasure for drinking. Okay, wine by they thought that was more expensive. And blood oxygen, level increase in the brain. Last one, implication for economists and marketers. Raising the price can increase, okay, how much product is enjoyed, right? And later on, teacher would like you to move to the next part, read and answer the comprehension question. So we have three comprehension questions. Like the first one, like how many differences wine will actually use in the test? Uh, 3 can be 5, 35, and 90. And number two, which wine did people say they enjoy more? The least expensive wine, the wine made from purple grapes. Um, C, like the wine they thought had a high price. D, like only the wine of high qualities. Okay, so number three, like what did scientists do to confirm that people were enjoying the wine? Like A, they look at the people tank. B, they saw the empty wine glasses. Uh, C, they listen to economists and marketers. And D, they look at images of the brains. Okay, so teacher would like you to go through to the listening here again. Teacher also recommend you another tool, in order to add into your Chrome web store. We add it as an extension one, so you can go to Chrome web store and then you type the word spigot. Okay, the type the word spigot. So teacher would like you to use these like male or female here. You can choose the gender. You can choose okay, like this the rate or the speed can be like slow, normal, or fast. You can choose by yourself. And okay, so after you add it already, so now teacher would like you to see here, like okay. So teacher don't want to read it for you, but teacher have my like assistant to read for you. So let's start it one. Okay, let's go.
Usually we think about material qualities when we think about the pleasure we will get from a product. When something costs a lot, we might think about all the fine work that went into it. But can price alone influence the pleasure we experience? Researchers from the California Institute of Technology and the Stanford Graduate School of Business say yes.
Okay, so we have the reference from the researcher from California Institute of Technology and the Stanford Graduate School of Business say yes to what? To the price, influence the pleasure. Okay, the pleasure of people deserve to enjoy like. And yep, you can go on to this part like okay.
Hilke Plassman, John O'Doherty, and Antonio Rangel at Caltech and Baba Shiv at Stanford did a study. They had 20 people taste different wines. Wine was chosen because it comes in many different qualities and prices, and because a lot of people enjoy tasting it.
So in this like experiment, they choose 20 people test different wines. So wine also like chosen, because of it came in many different qualities and prices, and because of a lot of people, enjoy tasting it. So what they are like are they going to do next? Okay, you can see here.
People were told they were tasting 5 different Cabernet Sauvignons. The wines were identified only by price, $5, $10, $35, $45 and $90. But in truth there were only 3 different wines, and 2 of them were presented twice, at a high price and a low price. For example, the wine that in fact cost $90 a bottle was presented half the time as a $10 wine. There were two important results from the study.
Okay, so you hear like okay, they have to identify the price like 5, like 10, 35, 45, and $90. And but in the truth, there were only three different wines, and two of them, were presented twice at the high price and the low price. For example, like the wine, that in fact cost $90 a bottle was presented half the times at the $10 wine. Okay, what to compare between $90 wine and to the $10 wine, everyone? So there were two important results from the study. So first, the individual, on average, reported greater pleasure for drinking wine that they were told was higher in price. Brain image taken while the wine or the people tasted the wine supported this finding. And the activity represented by blood oxygen level increased in an areas of brain thought to process, experience pleasantness. So, experiments have shown that the medial orbitofrontal cortex processes the experience of enjoyment from smell, taste, and music. The new finding will add to the limited knowledge of how marketing affects brain activities. The second result, has meaning for economists and marketers. The experiment appeared to confirm raising the price can increase how much a product it is enjoyed. In other words, when it comes to expectation, it seems you really do get what you pay for. The study in the proceedings of National Academies of Sciences. Finally, we want to update our recent stories on the fight over next generation DVDs technologies for high definition televisions. So this is the report from the VOA Special English Program everyone. Okay, so we go back to our slide everyone. So okay, so now can you start to answer the question? Okay, so how many differences wine will actually use in the test, everyone? So 3, 5, 35 or 90? Okay, 3, right? Which wine did people say they enjoy more? C, the wine they thought had a high price, okay? And the last one, what did scientists do to confirm that people were enjoying the wine? So we have 4 different answers. Like the first of all, like they look at the they look at the people tanks. They saw the empty, wine glasses. C, they listen to the economists and marketers. And D, they look at the image of the brand. So the answer is D. They look at the image of their brand. Okay, so now everyone, it comes to the end of your lesson today. So see you again in this kind of section. Goodbye, everyone.